In reading through Genesis, beginning at chapter 37 through the end of the book, we have the account of the life of Joseph. And our Bible reading today is from chapters 42 and 43. In addition to that, we read Psalm 5 and also Luke chapter 17. And the verse that really stood out to me today is found in verse number 28 in chapter 42, and it reads this way. So he said to his brothers, "My money has been restored, and there it is in my sack." Then their hearts failed them, and they were afraid, saying to one another, "What is this that God has done to us?" The thought that comes to me, and that really is a good question, because he's looking at the circumstances of his life in this particular instance and is wondering what in the world is going on. But it's a good question that we can ask. What is it that God is doing in our lives? And I want to point out to us today, in thinking about that, the faithfulness of God. Now, these guys had held this secret of what they had done to their brother Joseph. Can you imagine? They told their father that we don't know what happened. Is this coat with all this blood on it? Is this your son's? And they had to live their lives for all of those years with that knowledge of what they had done. And now this thing comes to them. But I want us to focus on the mercy of God and bringing that to their attention. God is faithful, even when we are not faithful, and He won't let us go. So when God works in our hearts and deals with us about sin in our lives, we need to respond to that. Don't try. Well, what did Adam and Eve do? They tried to hide from God with the knowledge of sin. We can't hide from Him. But God in His faithfulness seeks us out. He keeps prodding, keeps poking, keeps after us. That's why we have a conscience. And so we should respond to that and keep short accounts. When we fail, we know we failed. Bring it to Him. Let it get taken care of at the foot of the cross. Now, just because you may fail doesn't mean you get booted out of the family. That's not what it's all about. But it's the realization that we still are here in this life, affected by circumstances, things around us. We're still tempted. We're drawn away by our own lust and enticed, James tells us. And sometimes we give in to that. But what should we do when we fail? Confess it. Get it taken care of before the Lord. I just want to encourage you with that today, because God in His mercy deals with us because He loves you. And the fact that you maybe have a guilty conscience or feel convicted about that is proof of the love of God for you. So submit to Him. Let Him do the work of cleansing and refreshing in your life. This is Pastor Wayne Hathaway, and that's today's good seed. And I pray that you'll share that good seed with someone else today. You can do that by liking us on Facebook, by subscribing to our YouTube channel, or by just sharing it with friends. It'll be a blessing. We have an unprecedented, what is that word? Unprecedented opportunity to share the gospel today through the medium of social media like never before. So encourage you to do that, and may the Lord richly bless you today. Amen.